Hi everyone, Bootnax here, and welcome to Hardcore Minecraft. Today, I want to build a bridge that will serve as the main entrance for our future city. And since we are still early game, in order to get more established, we're going to build a farm from a spider spawner we found and get ourselves fully kitted out in diamond gear. So if you're excited to get going, please click that like button and subscribe, and let's get going. Guys, I've been doing some thinking. I think it's time we christen this world officially by giving the town we're building a name. So on that note, welcome to the future site of Snowford Falls. That's right. Snowford Falls is going to be the name of our city here. And I just finished up a live stream the other day, a long live stream. We spent about 8 hours playing Minecraft. We did a lot of stuff. First and foremost, we did a lot of the terraforming that we needed to do. You see, we have this huge platform here now. It's just gigantic, and we're still not completely done yet. We've still got some more stuff to do. I gotta figure out these low-lying areas still. I just gotta put dirt on top, but I can't just put it on top of this snow. I gotta clear out the snow first, and we've got to get this area over here, but otherwise we're pretty much good to go. We have covered an enormous space here, and so far we've only placed 23,000 dirt blocks. Only 23,000. And so to officially break in Snowford Falls, look at that! It's like a sign from the sky. Today we're going to be building a gatehouse and a bridge over here. This thing's going to be super epic and super awesome, and I am so excited to get it built for y'all. I think it's really going to just start forming the foundation for the city that we're going to place here. Now, on stream the other day, not only did we do this area, we also started terraforming the other cliffside, as you can see here. Now, there's a lot more work to do here, of course, but I just wanted to get the area where this bridge is going to go across. We started working our way down here. And a side note, acacia trees look really nice in a wintry biome. Look at that shade of green. Isn't that that's like super wintry looking? Ignore the white ones that are turning white thanks to the snow, but like it's like a bluish green. It's like perfect for a wintry world. So I think we're going to use these leaves a lot. We've been using some of the logs in what we've done over here, and I haven't shown you guys this yet either. We also did this on stream the other day, but I started building the retaining wall that is going to go around the city. I'm super excited about this. It's gonna be really tall from down here, but I wanted to establish in this central section here, I wanted to establish a nice hard border to make it feel as urban as possible. And you'll notice that we have a gap here. Should be no surprise. That's where our gatehouse is going to go, and our bridge is going to come across the water this way. And it's not water, it's ice. I get that, but you get the point. You get the point. Anyway, now that it's not snowing, I kind of want to talk about the design of this wall real quick. Now, of course, it's going to be extending all the way down here, all the way up there. And so I wanted to choose something that wouldn't be too distracting and would look nice from far away as well as close up. And I think this kind of hits both of those points. We'll look at it close up first, but we're just using a kind of transition from deep slate up to tough with a few different blocks in the middle. We've got the deep slate bricks, we got the smooth basalt, some deep slate cobblestone, tough and acacia logs, and tough bricks. And we're trying to mix it up as best as we can, trying to make that structure stay kind of at the bottom here, and I think it works really well. Now, every once in a while I'm going to be throwing in one of these sections too, which is just terracotta, packed mud and granite, and it looks really nice at the bottom, kind of blending into dirt. It kind of looks like dirt on the side of the wall. It also kind of looks like rusted metal, in my opinion, and I think it's going to keep the wall looking a little bit more interesting instead of just being super repetitive the entire way down. But here we can kind of look at it from a little bit farther away, and I should probably get a little bit lower so we can see the whole thing. Not that low. That will literally kill us. But anyway, here we are kind of far away, and we can really kind of see that wall kind of pulling together a little bit. Those colors kind of blend in real nice with each other. This side, I definitely went a little bit lower on the tough. I don't think we're really going to notice that. It's going to kind of vary throughout anyway. My other thought was, you know, since this is the bottom, this looks like it's got a little bit more snow on it. Like, you know, the snow would hit the top first and then kind of trickle down, right? So we're going to be playing with the snow a lot this year and trying to make things look really snowy. And I don't know why I said year. I don't know if this world's even going to last a year, but this season we're going to be trying to do that. Now I need to figure out what I want to do with this part of the wall. I don't know if I want to have this section hug the river or not, because if I do, this is going to be an absolutely enormous area over here, which might be okay. I'm planning on this side of the bridge not being as urbanized as that side over there. I'm planning on having a pretty big build up against this mountainside, but you know, it's still something to consider and try to figure out. You may also notice I have some fancy new boots on, and we have a sword. I have a sword now. And I have these new tools and stuff, thankfully, due to some caving I was doing. You know, I was coming down this cave here, just exploring, trying to find some iron, because we're gonna need a lot of iron for our build today. And behold, I came right about here. I heard a ton of spiders. You know what happens when you hear a lot of one type of mob? There is probably a spawner nearby. Sure enough, there was right here. And I went ahead and built a little spider farm down here. And there they are, right there. This thing's been great for XP. We've been able to get levels, repair tools. We had to repair our shovel about 6 times during the live stream with all the dirt we were mining. But we did manage to get a pretty sweet sword here. Sharpness 4, sweeping edge, unbreaking 3, and I put mending on it. The only thing it's missing, looting 3. And while my boots aren't perfect, they do have feather falling 3. And for right now, any feather falling is perfect. Now this thing works great. We've got a lot of stuff in here, and is kind of a sneaky secondary skeleton farm, because sometimes the skeleton jockeys spawn in on top of a spider and then they just suffocate in these blocks up here, drop their bones, drop their arrows, sometimes dropping their bows as well. And all of this is just a short little walk away from our base. Now, to build this spider farm, of course, we had to dig out some area around the spawner first. This part's always super tedious early game, as you don't have great gear and you don't have a beacon. This took way too long. It took way too long. After that, of course, we had to place our water to get the spiders flowing where we wanted them to. And then, of course, we had to drop it down because the water doesn't stretch far enough across the whole entire area. And simply breaking the outside blocks here lets the water flow down freely, forcing everything right into the middle. Next up was to dig our hole that would push the spiders down towards our killing chamber. With some nifty sign placement, we can stop the water, put in some walls to pop the spiders up a little bit higher. Next, we can put in our chests and our hoppers so that we can grab the items we get from killing the spiders. After that, of course, we've got to put some slabs to cover up the chests so they can't come out. We've got to slab off this whole area too to make sure that nothing can get up higher. And we finish it off with some iron trapdoors to really ensure the spiders don't come out. The last step, of course, breaking that last torch, and there are all of the spiders. Now this looks super quick and easy, but I never remember how to do these things, and I had to watch a tutorial while doing it, and this took way too long. It took maybe an hour or two to build, and you know, whatever. But it works beautifully. It works absolutely beautifully. This has taken a little bit longer than I expected, but we're making decent progress. We're at level 33, and once I get this shovel repaired, we're gonna go get ourselves a sword, and it gives us a little bit of a spare room too. Just in case we get a good sword on the first try, we can try to get feather falling on a pair of boots on that second try. Arguably the most important armor enchant in hardcore Minecraft. And there is our very first diamond sword. I held off because I didn't really want to waste diamonds on it. I mean, not that it's really wasting. We have plenty, but you know, I just wanted to make sure we were good, you know. Anyway, let's see what we can get here. Hoping for sweeping edge. That'd be nice. Sharpness 4 is fine. Oh my gosh, I didn't get any lapis. Actually, I got it, and I put it back. Please be multiple enchants. Ooh, that's really good, actually. That's really good. Especially for our first sword. We're just gonna need to go get a mending book for it. We can throw that on there, and we're gonna be looking pretty. To try to get some boots real quick. I think boots are the most important piece of armor to start off with in hardcore, especially just to get that feather falling. Please have feather falling as well. It's just blast protection. Oh, that's rough. That hurts. But anyway, without any further ado, I don't want to keep you guys waiting on this build, so I'm going to go ahead and hop into a time lapse. Well, how's that for an entryway to your soon-to-be city right here? I am in love with this bridge, man. It is... I'm not very good at building bridges. Something about this though, like I just love the way it looks, and like this is the best bridge I think I've ever built in my lifetime. It just looks so prominent, so nice, and it goes so well with this wall we've built as well. Anyway, I'm gonna go up here on the other side of the embankment so we can kind of take a look at it, and I haven't connected it through yet because you can see we're not quite connected to the cliff. I need to kind of build things out, and I need to decide how I want to do pathing over here. I don't want to do the same as I do on the other side where the city is. I want it to be a little bit different here, but let's go ahead and walk across it, and I'll kind of talk about some of the things I did that I think are really cool. First of all, these towers, they're not super impressive. I don't think they're doing all right for where I'm at in the world right now. I don't have like a ton of materials or anything, so these get the job done. I do think they match the theme of our house, which, you know, these spruce logs going to be a major thing. I may have gone a little bit overboard with the railings here. I basically used all my iron that I have, and I had to actually go and find more, and spent a lot of time doing that. So yeah, it was painful. But the anvils really work well, and from outside you can see through the brick. It looks so nice. It was definitely worth it. I spent a lot of time deciding on how I want to do the actual bridge here, and I tried a lot of different palettes, a lot of different things, because here's the thing, like the path I was using here is going to be the path that we carry throughout the whole city. I wanted to make sure of that, so there's continuity there. And it's tough to figure something out when all you have to work with is slabs, because I don't want snow to lay on this. So you can see snow will never lay on this, because these are half slabs or one step up, and I hit them one step up from the ground, because then we can play with the snow levels around them. We can put full blocks and snow on top if we want to in certain areas, or we can just let it kind of stack up on the same height. But this was important to me, and I tried blackstone, I tried deep slate, I tried this. I didn't want to do wood. I liked the deep slate, but I felt like I was going to be using deep slate quite a bit throughout builds in this city. I also tried to blackstone. It's just a little bit too purpley for me. So what we settled on was this stone andesite, cobblestone, stone brick template that a lot of people, this is very common. It's used all the time, but I tried to sneak in some fun things here. So we've got the snow out on the bridge, and I think in the more like rural, less city areas, we're going to have a lot of snow build up on the side. I think over here, we're going to pretend like the city just kind of clears off most of the snow. So there's just bits and bobs of the snow. So we've got some snow stacked up on top of these. And we did that by just not putting a stone block down and just putting snow layers in until they popped up just a little bit higher. I've also thrown in some tuff slabs here. What's really cool about the tuff to me is it kind of looks like, you know, like slush. Like if anyone lives in a snowy area, you'll know what slush is. It's kind of snow that's like half melted and it's wet still. And so I've kind of played with this, put it around areas where there's snow, not all over the place, but I think it really helps kind of add to the immersion a little bit of this area by making it feel like there's just different layers of snow. Some of it's melted, some of it's not. So you get little slush piles, and I think they're just nice. The tower itself, you cannot go in. I mean, we could if we opened it up somewhere. However, I'm not going to. It's only a 1 block wide gap in here at one point up there, so it's not really worth it to open up. And let's go talk about the underside now. See, and this is where those anvils really come into play. They just make this look so fancy and so regal. And this is the part I normally struggle on with bridges, is getting these arches right for supports. And I still think I could have done a little bit better with these, but I think they work really well. We've got a decent arch coming up on both sides here. It goes across and it arches back under. So it creates these pockets of light through here that really make it look supported. We've got some deep slate cobble and deep slate stone bricks on the side here. Upside down and normal. They kind of create this little beam looking thing going across, and it just adds to the depth a little bit. We've got a little outcrop right here to kind of just symbolize that's the middle of the bridge. But my favorite thing here is this middle pylon, the middle support pylon. I think this looks pretty good. I'm not like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever, but I do like the way that I've shaped this and the way I've formed this. I like how this comes up out. What I like the most though is these ice blocks right here. And I know that might sound really silly to you, but if you've ever been around a bridge that has a river going underneath of it and there's a pylon in the middle that's supporting the bridge, water's always rushing up on that pylon a little bit. Like it's almost creating like its wake, and then it kind of spreads out to the side here. you know, on both sides, breaks down. There's wake going out the back. What I'm so excited about is how well I feel like this has worked. I've kind of basically just gotten some normal packed ice, stacked it up above on the front, and so it kind of looks like it's pushed up into this, kind of symbolizing the flow of the river down this way. And then on the backside, we've kind of just trailed it off. And we've kind of trailed it off here too, but on the backside's where it really trails, because it wouldn't be building up here. It'd be kind of pulling away. I'm sorry, this seems like such a silly thing, but I like how this, I feel like standing here actually makes it feel like the river is flowing down towards that forest down there rather than this way. And I think it's the minor details like that that can really transform a build. So anyway, we have a grand new entrance to the future city of Snowford Falls. And now that that's done, the next thing I really want to do is I want to get out of this armor that we're currently wearing. I want to be diamonded up. You might notice I have 39 levels down below. Before filming this, I was camping out at my spider farm, repairing some tools and gaining some levels. I've been doing a lot of mining. I've been needing a ton of deep slate and tough to get ready for more wall building. So I've been grinding out a lot. We've got a ton of diamonds now, and it's only going to become more as time goes on. Let's see if we can get lucky or not. If we get good enchants on the first couple of these, you know what, we're gonna go make another pickaxe and hope for silk touch. That will save me a lot of cooking of different things. All right, let's do the pants first. They're the most, you know, unbreaking 3. I didn't actually make it. It's just unbreaking 3. Okay, let's try the chest plate next. Unbreaking 3. And it's unbreaking 3. We are not getting lucky. This is terrible. We get one more chance here. Protection 3. It's not great, but come on, more than that. Unbreaking 3. I was really hoping for aqua affinity or something. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll enchant the chest. We'll re-enchant the chest, and in the meantime, I'm gonna take all this stuff off because it's pretty useless at this point. And we're gonna put it in here. Our first set of armor. We're probably gonna put this on an armor stand at some point here. Let's put our new hat on and our new pants. And honestly, the chest piece probably doesn't matter quite as much because we're going to eventually get some elytra on, but that's a good roll. Blast, that will save us for a creeper. Honestly, I almost died the other day to a creeper. I was mining in the cave and one flew down and blew up on me. I wasn't recording. I was on my laptop. It left me with 2 hearts and there was a skeleton shooting at me and I just was able to duck the corner and save the world. It was too close for comfort. Quickly just checking on our sheep. This one is producing very low amounts. This one is producing very high amounts, and this one is also producing very high amounts. We're getting some good wool from you guys. We're gonna be using that very soon here. And I wanted to show you guys one other thing here real quick that I built. I didn't know you can do this in the game, but apparently you can. Anyway, I needed a lot of basalt for the walls over there, as you can imagine, and I was running low, and there's no basalt delta near my nether portal. So at least none that I can access right now. So I was going through the Soul Sand Valley, finding like what scraps of it I could in there, when I realized you can look it up, and apparently you can make basalt. You can make basalt very easily with soul sand on the bottom and a blue ice touching it somewhere. So, I mean, I can just sit here like this all day and just basalt. And, you know, that catches some of them, but not all of them. And we've got a hopper minecart under here with a hopper on top, catching the ones that do miss down here. It's endless basalt, guys. It's amazing. It's so awesome. So I just thought I'd show you that, because I don't know if everyone knows about that, but if you're using basalt, that's a good way to get it. What are you doing getting on top of my sheep farm, Mr. Polar Bear? No, you cannot. Get your face out of the snow. Now, behind the scenes this week, everybody, I've been doing a lot of grinding of trees just to make sure we've got a good stock. We've got a huge build coming up. next week that is going to take an absolute massive amount of logs to build up. And this season, I'm also just trying to really keep up on my materials. You know, I don't want to be going out and getting all the materials I need right before I need them. You know, I want to have a backstock, so if I get an idea, I can just do it right away. We've been getting a ton of dark oak, a ton of normal oak, and a ton of spruce. These are going to be the 3 main woods featured in our city, and they're going to be used quite frequently, so it's better to have a nice stock of them ready to go for whenever we need them. I also got started on finally finishing in this area next to our starter house that we built. Something else I'm really trying to do this season is make sure that I'm getting on top of finishing my projects rather than leaving them half finished. See, now that's been a big problem with me in the past, where I'll complete a project like this and I'll be like, oh, I have this little bit left. I don't have the materials for it. I'll get it later. And then it just sits there. It just sits there. I never finish it, but that's going to change this season. And a quick little pit stop on top of the mountain here just to gather up some more dirt to finish up the project down below. Although I'm thinking now, am I even bootnax if I don't leave projects unfinished? It's kind of becoming my calling card, I feel like. Maybe I should embrace this. You know what? Nah, this isn't lazy old boot hacks. This is new boot. This is new boot. We're gonna be finishing everything we build this year. I pinky promise. And of course, trimming down this mountain gives us another chance to add a little more spruce to our spruce collection down below. After all, it's against Minecraft rules to leave floating trees anywhere, right? And we'll plunk that wood that we just gathered up in here and a little bit more dark oak. And yeah, see, look at this. This is so much, guys. It's so much wood. It's so much wood. And it also means we have enough dirt to finish this area over here. That looks terrible. That looks so bad. That's what I'm trying to avoid for the rest of this season here. Now we do have a little bit of a lower lying area back here that I'm not going to worry too much about right now because I need to take down this mountain before I figure out how I want the topography to look back here. But what I can do is ensure that we just don't have a hole underneath of this platform. So we can go ahead and fill in this area, mesh it out just a little bit for right now. And we're not going to do anything too special, but we're just going to kind of make it look at least complete and uniform. And mission complete. It's not perfect. It doesn't look wholly supernatural, but at least it is not a hole in the floor, in the ground. So again, this is probably fixed up. I think we're going to wind up connecting this over to here too at some point. And it's for that very reason that I want to be making sure I'm not leaving projects unfinished this season, that I'm actually going to go over and finish that other section of the bridge right now too. I'm just going to make sure the bridge connects through. I'm still not going to like super terraform everything. It's too much work right now, and that's gonna take months. But what I am going to do is make sure that this path connects at least over to the dirt here. You know, we gotta at least finish that much of it, right? And just like that, we are done with this. Now, it looks really bad over here. This will fill in with snow. And again, like I said, I'm not sure what I want to do with this area yet. And of course, we've still got some terraforming to do over here, but also I don't know how I want to bring this in and match it up. I don't know if I want to do like a steep cliffside or if I want to kind of have it rolling like this, which would mean we'd have to bring this out even a little bit farther at the bottom. So right now, until I've decided exactly what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to leave that. But at least we have the pathway connecting through all the way across. And this is such a wonderful build, I think. But we have gotten an absolutely massive amount of stuff done today, and this is starting to come together so much, and I'm super excited to see where we go from this. Make sure to tune in next week where we're going to be doing a giant build over there, a giant build that's going to take us at least 1 week to build and then multiple weeks to fill in the interior with everything I want to put inside of it. It's going to be awesome. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not already, to follow along with this world as we continue through. And guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I tried out a lot of new things this episode, and I hope they went over well. Tried to go for a lot more cinematics, a lot more fast-paced, upbeat, whatever you want to call it. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you did. And guys, as always, I really appreciate you watching, and I will see you next week. Have a good one. Bye.